Alright, so I saw a bunch of shared tweets, a bunch of retweets, a bunch of screenshots of this guy asking if people wanted to see certain things in video games. And the poll was a resounding there should only be male and female, which is exactly what gamers have always said they wanted, and why all the DEI games flop. They all do disastrous numbers. Studios shut down. Things that were supposed to be contracted out for 4 or 5 years get their contracts revoked, and they get shut down, and they just drift into the nothingness of society to be forgotten about, while they all circle jerk each other and tell each other how great they did and they fought the good fight, and they're gonna keep fighting against all the racists and the bigots. But anywho, back to the topic at hand here. So we do have this guy who seems to be relatively based. And it's a recent thing. I did do some research and I found some, we'll say, disconcerting things. Because what one person thinks doesn't always transfer over to the company, as we're well aware of. But here's the title. Players overwhelmingly vote to keep RPG video game characters' genders male and female in online poll from Lords of the Fallen developer. Now, before we get too far into that, we're going to break that down because that's not quite true. And I'm going to dissect this, but in this poll, Merrick Timinski has this question. Body type A and B, male or female, or none of the above? So let's actually go take a look at this poll real quick. Let's hop over to his Twitter, and of course, male or female is my vote, but 88.1% said male or female, 3.3% said none of the above, and body type A and B is at 8.6%. So nearly 90% of people want male or female body types, and they don't want the other bullshit. Now that's great. That's well and good. But like I said, I'm not going to let one random tweet in 2025 determine if someone's based. So I was scrolling through the Twitter just looking for anything DEI, and I saw the CG Project Red, which we've covered multiple times on how incredibly woke the company is. And so I was like, well, who is Samantha Bell and the CPO? Like an HR manager? Yes, an HR manager. So I did some digging. And found this person's LinkedIn and found their work profile because, it's all public and it's posted everywhere. And, well, she worked at Fire Sprite Studios. Fire Sprite Studios from October 2022 to January 2024. Now, if you don't know what a CPO is, it is your human resources manager, right? The head Karen in charge. Now, I will give it the rest of this dude's Twitter, his X, whatever you want to call it, is kind of bland, and only recently, over the last year, has he been saying based things, right? Kind of like he sees the writing on the wall, but there's nothing like DEI propaganda, woke propaganda, so, maybe he was just keeping it quiet, not to ruin his studio, so I will give him the benefit on the doubt on this. But I bring up Fire Sprite Studios because, like I said, from October 2022 to January 2024, this person, as the head of HR, the lead Karen in charge, has approved International Women's Day, DE&I workshops with voices at the table, neurodiversity workshops. Global Butterflies join us for an Alphabet Past, Present, and Future workshop. Sprites walk 6 million steps in Pride fundraiser. Wellness and inclusivity at Fire Sprite. Voices at the Table, an Impact of Words workshop for our studio. Global Butterflies language and pronouns workshops. Pride at Fire Sprite 2024. Okay, so the July one's after her. But you can see she has multiple years of being the Alphabet community spokesperson at Fire Sprite. Now, I did go through the company's Twitter as well, the CI games, and there's nothing there posted that I've seen. Doesn't mean there's not, but there's nothing I've seen there that's all DEI and wokeified up. So I have concerns that she has been slowly infiltrating this company, and Merrick at some point is going to get hit with some claims about something, and it's going to hit the company. Now, if you haven't heard of CI Games, they do a lot of the Ghost Sniper series, which I absolutely love. Fuck, what was I do love all the snipers, the World War II ones, Ghost Snipers. They're all fantastic. I do love them. So I do love the games. I just want everybody to be aware that this isn't the this is a problem in the making, and we just haven't seen it yet. Because, like I said, this person was the head of HR and is now working for this company and has led all these DEI initiatives. So I'm a little concerned. But again, I haven't seen anything over the last year except him get more and more based. So maybe he's telling HR to shut the fuck up and sit down, telling Karen to be quiet in her corner. The only thing she's supposed to do is, make sure they don't get sued, which, I mean, they're based out of the UK, so it's probably coming soon, especially if that's what he's telling her to do. I just, this guy seems really, I'm going to say moderate. Really moderate, because he's not incredibly based. I mean, he's done some retweets here and there. Where was the one I saw? Sharing some Asmongold clips here and there. There's a couple retweets by Elon, which, Elon's got a lot of problems right now because, he wants to import workers for cheaper who do shittier jobs and just fling shit all over the place. But I mean, it really seems like this base take he's going with that everybody's applauding him for is relatively new. Relatively new. And maybe he's just been quiet through the entire thing and just let everything go and waiting till he felt like he could speak up, which is, I think, the bitch made thing to do. If you're not going to defend us over the last 8 years of video games, and then all of a sudden, once it looks like the tide's turning, come out and be like, look guys, I was based the entire time. You don't get to do that. Fuck you. I don't know, but maybe I'm being hypercritical here. I don't think I am. I'm just kind of sick of all these grifters coming up and saying, well, I was woke and now I'm not, or, I couldn't say these things or I'd lose my job. You know how many of us lost jobs because we didn't bend the knee? It's a huge fuck you to us. So it's a huge fuck you back. But again, it's UK. There's different laws. They like to arrest people. I said it in a recent video. But I'd love to hear everybody's thoughts. Do you think I'm being overly judgmental on this when somebody comes out magically in the last year and starts supporting and going after all this stuff? Or do you think I'm correct in saying this is some sketchy shit and I don't like it? But leave those thoughts in the comments section, guys. While you're there, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this one out, guys. And until the next one, be easy like Sleazy.